Hey, what's got two legs and a podcast? So many people fit into that. It's absolutely insane. I was gonna try and describe this in absolutes, but I just went full general. And here we are. Welcome.
Jemma Bayley reviews everything ever.
Hello and welcome to Jemma Bayley Reviews Everything Ever. It's me, Jemma Bayley. Here I am reviewing everything ever. Yet again. And you know how we start these things. You know, I know. Some of you may not. And this may be the first video you've ever clicked on. And to that I say, oh no. Okay. Well, what we're going to start with is a speed review. And we are speed reviewing earwax. Yuck. One. I've got nothing. I've got nothing apart from I know that it serves a purpose. I don't care. It's yucky. And I reckon it has a smell. Like, I can't describe the smell, but I just feel like it smells. Yeah. You know when something doesn't smell, but it smells? You know when something smells, but it doesn't smell? I can't believe I'm the one who has to review about everything ever. I can't believe I've been entrusted with this. But, you know, you don't question your purpose in life. You simply do it. And that's what a purpose is. Don't look at me for definitions. I know I've got the computer out, but I'm here just saying things off the top of my dome, right? Off the dome. God, that's a good saying. I love calling my head the dome. It sounds like important things are happening in there. They're not. They're not. Anyway, what do we do? Earwax, yeah, is one. Blech. Off we go to our next favorite segment. We have segments. I've started doing ongoing segments. These two have lasted a while. So, on to my next segment. My favorite named segment that took me ages to come up with, to be completely honest. It's Mum, it's not just a phrase. And this is just a segment in which I review a phrase. This one's not so much as a phrase as it was an email sent to me by Ash. Hello, Ash. I'm not going to get into your email, but we're reviewing Is It In Yet? Something, luckily enough for me, I've never had to really utter. In my sexual exploits, I've never had this set, but that's mainly because I am usually I'm directing that element. I'm a very hands-on director. I'm usually I know where it is at all times. I've got a location on every member on set. That sounds. I haven't had an orgy or anything. You know what's weird? I don't, as someone who loves sexuality, who is sexual and enjoys sex, I've never felt the need to do one. It's too much energy. It's too many people. You know what it is? I just don't like large amounts of people. I'm a big one-on-one sort of person. I like the connection. I like the soul, the looking into the you and I sharing a moment thing. I'm a big DM, not direct messages, deep and meaningfuls. I'm a millennial. All right. I'm a millennial. What do I call a DM? It's a PM. It's a bit personal message. Not the day. Where are we going? Okay. Wait a minute. Hey. Yeah, so is it in yet? I think I've only ever said that about money coming into my bank account. Yeah. Or you only ever hear it on movies when they're making a joke about the size of a man's, which, by the way, such an outdated joke. It's such a women are ugly, men have tiny penis joke. It's just not creative. In fact, I would love to hear if any of you have this. I would like to hear if you have a tiny penis. No, I've had little penises. I've had small ones. They work. Forgive me if this sounds stupid. They all work the same. Is it in yet? In that scenario, can either person say it, I guess? It depends on, what... First of all, it doesn't have to be a bad thing to say. That's, in my mind, communication. It's the intent behind it. That could simply be someone just like asking the other person because they're just not fully aware. You both could be drunk, and you might just, and sensation might be dull and you might not know, and you wanted to check, and that's fine, and you're just asking, and that's fine. Only questions aren't inherently bad. I've never had to ask this question because I don't drink sex. I was trying to think of like drink drive, like the version where I don't drink coitus. I'll tell you this. It just makes things harder to concentrate on, and it feels like you're not exactly connecting with the person, and I don't know if this is a science thing, but I don't get like wet. It makes me dry. Like I might be, mind you, I might just be dry because I'm not connecting. I'm not having like the stimuli that I need because my senses are dulled. Also, in general, I just don't like drinking. So if I was drinking and having sex, because I've had drunk sex once, and it was so bad. Anyway, this phrase, this saying that I've hardly ever used. It's got negative connotations from pop media and I'm guessing people's lives. So let's give it a 2. Okay, we are going to review leopard seals because they're different from seals, and I know this because I studied this in school. Wow, she went to school. I know, what an impressive lady. I went to school. What am I doing? I'm not taking you all the way back to school. So I went to school and I met my first teacher, Mrs. Day. So when I went to school, we had to do these projects where we all picked an animal from, I think, the Antarctic or whatever, or the ocean. I had the Arctic tern, actually. I had the Arctic tern, which is a bird, and it's white with little black feathers on its head, and it's quite large. It's not as big as an albatross, but it's not even, I don't know why I just compared it to an albatross. That's like saying that a echidna is not the size of an elephant. Just pick the biggest thing and go, it's not the size of that. That means nothing to you. I just got a regular sized bird and compared it to the biggest bird. Okay, so it's not like, it's like seagully. It's seagullish. Actually, depending on where you are, isn't helpful because seagulls here are like this, like a small. European seagulls, they run away with one of your children. they pick them up and they're fat. They're like the size of a chicken. Sorry, you as someone from Europe, I'm shouting this at you and you're just going, yeah, that's just how big seagulls are. Seagulls are not that big, right? Seagulls are this big. Wow, aren't you happy that this is a podcast? Well, I just measured out, what is that, like 20 centimeters high? They're not big, is what I'm trying to say. They're the size of a Pomeranian. That's a pretty good size. That's actually, I feel like that's pretty accurate. Like the height of a Pomeranian is the height of a seagull here, okay? And seagulls in Europe are like turkey size. Like so when I say I said chicken before, but they're bigger than a chicken. They're too big. I reckon it's because chips are happening over. Chips are happening here, but not nearly as much as in Europe. I think Europe fish and chips is just like, I don't know. That's like a Wednesday for you. Fish and chips here is kind of like, I haven't had fish and chips in a while. In England, they have curry. They have curry with their fish and chips. I went over there and they because I have some family over there, and they gave me curry with my fish and chips, and I was like, hell yeah, the curries. And we have one fish and chip shop here that does like English version fish and chips, and it's pretty damn close. Anyway, so what am I trying to say? Seagulls are big. What are we talking about? Seagulls are big. Leopard seals. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get with the leopard seal. I know that leopard seals are different from regular seals, the dogs of the sea. We all know this. Fun seal to have. Fun seal to see. Leopard seal, not such a fun seal to see. You've seen them? Have you seen them? Have you seen a leopard seal? I hope you don't. I mean, I hope you see it from the comfort of your phone. I don't want you to see it in people, in seal. I don't want you to see a leopard seal and seal. Like, I don't want you that to happen to you because they're massive. First of all, they're like without me doing more comparisons to things. They're the size of a dinghy. You know what? Like a small tinny, like a boat, like a small boat. Like they're or longer. You know, they're too big. Like, you know how a seal is like the size of a big dog. A leopard seal is the size of it's like the size of one European seagull. No, that's ridiculous. It's the size of like just like a shark. It's like big shark. Like they're too big. Okay, first of all, too big. Second of all, if you see it, have you seen Happy Feet? Why do I ask the camera? Have you seen Happy Feet? I'm scared that one day I'm gonna hear a response and I'm gonna go like this and be like, who the fuck is here? By the way, they didn't play up how scary that sea lion is. They are that terrible. Let me Google it. It's a good, by the way, also good name for it. Technically, all leopards are sea leopards if you throw them in the sea. That's how you get sea lions. That's how you get elephant seals. You just throw them in the sea. You just throw an elephant in the sea and they eventually turn into a seal. Everything evidently almost always turns into a seal. Have you seen a silky? I rest my case. That is not a case to be made. No one listened to my scientific conclusions. Actually, everything's turning into crabs. Have you heard this? Another question to the camera and podcasters. So evolutionarily, apparently, we're all turning into crabs. And some of my exes, they've already got them. Stupid. Dumb. Why do I say these things? I got up on stage the other day and I was making jokes and I said to myself, Jemma, don't write any more cum jokes. And you may not have seen my comedy, and what a blessing. But I do have a bad habit of divulging into my brain just goes to the dumb sex thing that's easy. It's easy. And I've been telling myself, Jemma, write something different. But they say write what you know, and I know cum. So I keep doing cum jokes and I've got to stop. I'm trying to quit. That's my advice. Oh God, I'm just trying to quit. Like sitting in the corner, just like scratching myself, going, far out. But you know, what about semen? Semen's not like technically a cum. Yes, it is, Jemma. Stop trying to inch into, don't try to gateway joke your way into a cum joke. Do you know what I mean? No, you don't, because only I live in here. Only I live in here. It's a place. Welcome. It's part of the podcast is the place of my brain, so that's good. Leopard seal. I just Googled them. It's very upsetting to look at. They've got the teeth, they've got the spots. Oh, wait, is this one of those animals that haven't attacked people? This feels like it would attack people. You know, like how they say, because orcas, like they don't attack people, and that they think it's because it's like they're too intelligent to, you know, attack us, or we don't register as being part of the environment of that. So they just I actually don't know why they don't attack us. Why do orcas not attack us? Hold on. Why do orcas not attack us? Wild orcas do not attack humans because humans are not part of their strict culturally. Orcas have a culture. Interesting. Transmitted diet. Orcas are specialized hunters and pass specifically hunting traditions down. So it is a tradition. It's culture. They have traditions because humans lack high-fat content they need and do not fit their learned prey profile. Okay, hold on. Have leopard seals attacked people? Yes. Well, and what did I say? They look like they would. Sorry to profile a marine animal, but by the way, guys, if you haven't Googled this, Google it. Look at that guy. He would bite you. He would bite you and then he would laugh at you and then he would let you think that you got away and then he'd eat you. Like, because he just thought it would be fun for you to like flail around for a bit while they don't look friendly. They look like a bully. Yes, leopard seals have attacked humans and there is one recorded fatality. So only one person has died. While these apex predators generally treat people with curiosity, historical and recent encounters include aggressive stalking, bites, and being dragged underwater near ice edges. Ah! Ooh! Ooh! Oh, they're so like serial killery. You know? Like, I reckon the only reason there's only one documented case is because they've gotten away with the rest. I'm just saying, like, look at them. They're like the Jeffrey Dahmer of the sea. I think that they're smart enough to get away with killing. I reckon they've just eaten people. I reckon they've left no, like, I reckon they're smart. I reckon they're picking people who are by themselves and eating them. And the only reason we have like documented attacks is because like there are other people around and they've seen that there are other people around. They're like, oh no, they can't have witnesses, bruh. He says, by the way, they all call each other bruh. That's their culture. Because calling people bruh, it's so like, what is it? So surfer. I'll allow leopard seals and surfers to call each other bruh. But don't go near leopard seals. We may never see you again. Documented attacks and fatalities. Okay, so in 2003, a British marine biologist working with the British Antarctic Survey was grabbed and dragged under deep water while snorkeling. She tragically drowned, marking the only recorded. See, there were people around. There were people, and it was being documented because marine biology. Gareth Wood, 85, a Scottish explorer, was bitten on the leg and nearly dragged off the ice by a leopard seal before his companions. See, witnesses. Okay. Thomas Orlan Les, 1915, during Sir Ernest Shackleton's Imperial Transatlantic Expedition, a massive 12-foot leopard seal chased this expedition's member across the sea ice before another crew member shot it. Well, you know, guns. Guns. The leopard seal of the weapon world, you know. Anyway, so because it says here, behavior and context, attacks are exceedingly rare, and experts note that leopard seals do not view humans as standard food source. No, they don't. They see them as victims for them to stalk. They even have. I don't believe. Give me a number of amount of people who have gone missing in the Atlantic. Leopard, or as I call them, leopard seal victims. I reckon in a couple of years' time, sea biologists, marine biologists, whatever biologist, some biologist is going to find out that there's a little cave in the middle of the sea, and there's going to be a bunch of bones down there. There will all be people that gone missing, and there'll be a leopard seal, and he'll be sitting there going, I don't know how they got there. I don't know how they got there. And then there'll be pictures of him eating and dismembering and torturing them, and then there'll be a Netflix documentary. That's all I'm saying. I even don't know why I picked a fight with a leopard seal. I really wish I hadn't. But if I go missing, check the seals. Check the leopard seals. Start with the seals, first of all, because they look like snitches. Have you seen a seal? They tell you everything. You put them in a chair, and first of all, they'd be freaked out because I've never seen a chair before, and that's already a form of torture to a seal. You put them in the chair, you shine a light on them. Already, that's a bad time for a seal. And they're blah, 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 blah. They'd be like, the leopard seal did it. That's how seals sound like. The leopard seal did it. They don't. I didn't want to watch, but they made me watch because they're creepy little fucks. Just saying. If you want to argue with me, you go swim with them. See how long you last. You won't last long. It's very cold water where they live. So, actually don't. Don't. Sorry. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're a marine biologist and you're listening to the podcast, how the fuck did you get here? Why? I just don't understand how someone who has intelligence would listen to this podcast. But also, if you're a marine biologist and you're gonna come in here and you'll be like, actually, on leopard seal, we can't. And you know what you're gonna say? We can't prove. That's because they're smart. They're getting away with it. You think about that, marine biologist that I just made up to have a fight with. By the way, cute that you would just, you're studying marine biology. Cute, that's cute to me because I don't know if you know this, but I'm Jemma Bayley. I review everything ever. What are you reviewing? You're reviewing just some things in the ocean, and maybe you probably specialize in the field of the leopard seal. What are you reviewing? One thing? I'm reviewing everything ever, bitch. Get out of here. Go step into your lane. That's not a saying. Stay in your lane. Yeah, you stay in your lane. You step into it. You stay over there. Is that a swimming terminology? I used to think it was about cars, but now I'm starting to realize that maybe it's a swimming terminology. Let's quickly check. Because I have to review everything about. You don't need to worry about that as a marine biologist because you're like, oh yeah, pools aren't really like part of it, but they're part of my thing. So I'll check now. The phrase "stay in your lane" means just stick to your own area of expertise. Mind your own business. That's right. Where does it come from? Concept relates to researchers study human cultures and overstepping ethical boundaries. False claims about group. Yeah, but what does lane mean? Where does the lane come from? What is lane though? What is the lane? What is the lane? Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. It says comes from literal traffic rules. Uh-oh. I was wrong. It's not swimming. It was originally what I thought it was that I tried to retrospectively fix by thinking, oh, maybe it's swimming lanes. No, it's driving lanes. I'm so sorry. Forgive me if I thought it was swimming lanes because I just feel like we've been swimming longer than we've been driving as a species. So I automatically assumed that lanes came from, because lanes are for pools and maybe pools. Do pools exist before cars? That's an interesting thought. What was invented first? Cars or pools? Pools were invented thousands of years before cars. There you go. So forgive me if I thought lanes came from pools before they came from cars. It's times like this we have to remember that, look, people get things wrong. Not me though. I'm right, and I'm calling out this piece of info. I don't think this is correct. I think when someone says stay in your lane, I think it's a reference to a swimming lane and not a traffic lane. And I think that this is just people being lazy and you know what? Researchers come at me. And I'll take that on as new information. Because I'm Jemma Bayley reviews everything ever. We honor science. And we're happy to be wrong. However, I am mad that I have forgotten what I'm reviewing. What am I reviewing? Leopard seals. Okay, well, after all that, you think, hey, what are we giving them? Apex predator, possible murderer, allegedly, and I'm alleging that they are serial killers. Okay, so I think I just don't want to see one ever. I'm going to give it a 2. I don't want to see it ever. You know what? A 1. I'm giving it a 1. I don't want to see one ever. I want to see one. I don't even want to see one behind the glass because it's going to give me like you know that scene in Silence of the Lambs when he's like in the thing and she's coming by and he's there. I'm just gonna, because I reckon they plot, and I reckon they one would look at me and go, I don't know if they can read minds, but I think they would just know that I'm onto them and they would plot my demise again if I go missing. Check the seals. Okay, all right. So, we're reviewing rides, right? So, like theme park rides and you go to the Faye. I went to the Echo. They have rides there. I'm just going to tell you this. And this is how I feel about the rides at those places. I am less inclined to trust a theme park ride over a ride at a Fate and I know there's a few things in my mind about it because I used to trust theme park rides more because I'm like, oh, they're built there, they have they don't need to be dismantled and put up, and I'm sure that's and that's what I think of, like they have to be dismantled and put together, and like what if they put them together wrong? And I have to remember this, first of all, the person who owns that ride when they're going around to the Echo and stuff like that, that's their livelihood, that's their life, that's their business, right? So they, first of all, they want it to be as safe as possible, and they want to continue, I reckon one bad time, even if it broke down, that's not good for business. That's like the amount of people who would, one, not want to go on that ride anymore because they saw it broke down. And two, the amount of time wasted trying to fix it. And then like that's people not on the ride. Hey? So they have an investment, right? At theme parks. I don't know if you've ever looked at the kids, the literal children who are running those rides. It's just a job to them. And I know that they're doing their best. And I'm not saying, hey, go yell at kids who are doing jobs. Don't yell at kids doing jobs, first of all. Hey, and I have this hard stance. If you're at a fast food restaurant and kids are making your food, you're not allowed to complain. If something goes, if you wanted good food, you go somewhere where kids aren't working. You pick the cheap place where the kids are working. You have to let them fuck it up a little bit. It's like going to like those hairdressers, the student hairdressers. You go in there knowing that they're going to you're going to get just a regular, like, you're rolling the dice. I'm just saying, when you go to the theme park, just think about that. I know that those rides are set up to be basically, they seem like they're set up to be almost dummy proof. Because, like, you see what the kids are doing. Like, there's a little light system. It seems like everything is actually run automated, like, through a computer. But, like, computers mess up. Have you seen AI? Have you seen the internet? Have you ever Googled something and it's like, did you mean? And you're like, no, I did actually mean pools and not pole. So, like, I don't really trust those rides as much as I trust the carnival rides now. And, also, I went on some recently and they were really fun and I had a really good time. Oh, you know what was really good? I went with someone and on the outside, like it was me and a dude. So like we looked like we were a couple. However, I reckon they clocked it because we're not. And I just think they knew because what they did was it was a 2-seater ride and they put us on opposite ends of the swingy bit, like not next to each other. And I was like, did they just sense that? Like, how did they do that? It's like they just knew. Weird. Maybe they're magical. I don't know. Maybe they just know their business so well because that's their business that they can sense a couple to just two friends hanging out. Maybe they can. Maybe rather than going to a fortune teller to ask them if me and my partner are gonna, here you go. You go with a prospective date to a ride, and if you get separated on that ride, it wasn't meant to be. That's my new conclusion for dating. I'm just gonna take them to rides and just see if we get placed next to each other. And then and you know what, even if I really like the guy and they separate us, I'll be like, God, it's such a shame. There's gotta be a hard conversation to explain to the dude. They're just the ride proprietors. Proprietor? The people who run the rides. They know. They just know. And I'm going to have to say that to his face. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to be like, you're crazy. And they were right. I don't want to be with this crazy woman who decided that our relationship is nothing according to just a random ride we went on one time. I got her a massive fluffy duck. How rude. Because I imagine that if I'm dating a guy and I take him to a festival, that he get me a massive fluffy duck. Wait. What are we doing? Okay, so rides, love. I went on so many rides, I have no money. I am waiting for, I have no money, but I don't usually spend this much money on just frivolous nonsense. I had heaps of fun, but I did spend too much money. So we're going rides just to make it my money's worth are a 5. It's a 5. They're a 5. Rides are a 5. Oh, look, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. I talked about leopard seals for too long. So this is the episode. And I hope you had a good time. I did. And goodbye. See you next week. Bye. Bye.